Hi everyone, it's Aaron Solly from Engage Coaching Group talking about the 6 anxiety binding behaviors and how to overcome them. And in this video, we're going to talk about number 5. And just a quick reminder that these anxiety binding behaviors are based on this book, Extraordinary Relationships by Roberta Gilbert, that I used as a textbook when I was doing my counseling diploma program. All right. So I'm going to read to you number 5, because number 5 is what we call triangling, or you could also call it gossiping. All right. This is one that you may be able to relate to, especially in the workplace, if not also in your family. All right. So this is anxiety binder number 5. This is a way that people will deal with anxiety. Right. When anxiety levels are high, an anxiety binding behavior will be used to help deal with the anxiety and try to relieve it. An attempt to pass it on to somebody else and move it away, right? If you think of a big red ball, trying to pass on the red anxiety ball so that you're not having to hold on to it anymore, okay? So let's talk about triangling. Talking against the boss, the leader, the teacher, to people that are not the boss, the teacher, or the leader, okay? So you're talking about somebody who's not actually in the room, right? You're gossiping or talking about somebody, who is not present. All right, it's not there. All right. Having an affair. Taking a morbid interest in other people's problems. Thinking more about a child or anyone else than one's marriage or oneself. Right? So the focus becomes on another person. Right? Versus yourself, versus your partner, versus people at work, in the workplace, right? And so a key aspect of this is that there's a communication happening and the other person is not there. They're not actually present, all right? So how do you overcome this? How do you change this pattern, all right? So staying calm and practicing how to stay calm is a key aspect of this, all right? What is my contribution to the pattern, which is a consistent question to ask yourself, right? With all these behaviors, whatever one you're experiencing, what is my contribution to the pattern? How am I triangling? How do I go about changing my part in the triangle? Right? What do I need to get emotionally neutral and still communicate with both of the other parts of the triangle? So there's 3 parts of a triangle, right? So how do you become emotionally neutral? An example of that could be if, let's say, a coworker comes up to you and starts talking to you about the manager in a negative way and starts telling stories, whatever. What response could be, I don't feel comfortable talking about so and so with them not being here. Right? And just speaking to it, right? That this is not acceptable, right? Because what that person's trying to do is they're trying to pass that anxiety ball over to you so they don't have to deal with their anxiety and the stress that they're having, okay? Or that I'm open to hearing your experience and how you're feeling about this, what you're experiencing, but let's leave that other person out of it, right? And let's talk about, okay, how is it impacting you, right? Bring it back to self, right? What do I need to do? Okay, we talked about that already. Having open communication with all the people involved. It may be involved bringing everybody into the equation, right? Learn how to manage oneself emotionally in the triangle and through the various triangles that you're involved with. So how do you, again, strengthen your emotional state? The emotional intelligence side of things, right? How do you enhance your skills along that side of things? And work on emotional neutrality, right? So being emotionally neutral so that you're not buying into, this person is stressed out, I better go and take that anxiety ball away and start by gossiping further and then continuing the conversation, right? So that triangling or gossiping is really a way to deal with anxiety. It's not actually getting anybody to a place of where they want to get to, right? It's just continuing a pattern, right? So I hope you found this helpful. I know a lot of people can find that this one is one that they can relate to, especially in the workplace, as well as their family and in various aspects of their life. So I hope this creates some awareness for you around this, and can benefit you in taking a different approach in your life around this behavior. And we'll see you in the next video on number 6. Thanks.